to Cottage Grove High School. Time for some more 4A basketball. Girls turn around this time. It's going to be the 5th ranked Junction City Tigers coming in at 11-3 so far on the season, and all 3 of their losses have been against top 10 teams in 3A and 4A basketball. They do have 5 wins over 3A schools, so you kind of got to mix and match it there. Some wins not quite quality, but all 3 losses definitely quality losses. One similar opponent between these 2 teams for Cottage Grove and Junction City has been that they both played Gladstone, a team that Cottage Grove lost to 42-49, and Junction City was able to beat 52-31. So far on the Sky-Am season, Junction City's only league victory and only league game so far was a 48-32 victory over the Elmira Falcons. For Cottage Grove, they're coming into this one with a 5-7 record. They are ranked 23rd in 4A. They're 1-0 in the Sky-Am and were able to beat Sisters 51-16 in their first Sky-Am matchup. So Cottage Grove coming off a game in which they set a season high in scoring. These 2 teams pretty similar, really. Junction City outscoring Cottage Grove by 5 points a game, and the Lions giving up just 2 more, so it's not that much of a big point differential. I guess you could say Junction City favored by 7. One thing obvious in this one, which I mean normally is obvious with Cottage Grove, they're going to have a height advantage in this basketball game. Very clearly, the height's not listed for Junction City, but one thing they've got going for them in this one, and have had all year, they're returning 4 or 5 starters from their season last season. And I will give you those starters right about now. It's going to be the senior number 2, Alexa Norris, followed by the senior guard number 10, Madison Melmbrecht, the senior forward number 12, Mackenzie Evans, the sophomore center, the only new starter for Junction City, going to be number 21, Allison Bidat, and the starting junior guard, number 24, Mariah Oman, going to round it out for Junction City. And one thing about Oman and the Tigers, they kind of remind me of the Cottage Grove boys in the sense they are not scared to fling that basketball up there. They're going to try to push the ball out in transition, and they're going to shoot it. If they get open looks, trust me, they are not going to be scared to sling that basketball up there in transition defense. Excuse me, but the transition defense for Cottage Grove definitely going to have an issue in transition D with the speed of this Junction City squad, but of course Cottage Grove going to have the size. 4 starters for the Cottage Grove Lions. It's going to be the 5'2 junior number 1, Tara Child, the 6'2 senior number 13, Kira Murphy, the 5'8 junior number 22, Sam May, and then of course the pair of sophomores, the 6'3 sophomore number 40, Riley Kelty, and the 6'2 sophomore number 45, Emma Gardner. Kelty's scoring has been consistent all year. She's the only one averaging over double digits.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Kelty, the only one over double digits on average on the year for Cottage Grove. And you wonder when Kira Murphy starts to get it going again. We saw it a little in last game as she was able to put up 8 against Sisters. But I mean, 2 years ago, Murphy was actually the majority of Cottage Grove scoring. Last year, of course, with the 2 freshmen coming in and Kelty and Gardner, it deteriorated a little, but Murphy has definitely had issues putting points up early on the year for Cottage Grove. If she can step it up in this game, Cottage Grove going to have a much better chance of picking up the W. Starters just now being introduced here for Cottage Grove. Tara Child has played much better here of late, and I say that in respect to how she has limited her turnovers. She's also been very effective in the fast break. She scored in double digits against Sisters last week, and 8 of those came in the fast break for Tara Child. If Cottage Grove is going to have any chance of get the ball out in transition. It is going to be at the feet of point guard Tara Child. Last starter introduced here for the Lady Lions as we are just about ready for the tip. I hate to give you a shocking alert, but I think Cottage Grove probably going to win it with the 6'3" Kelty. Coming up here on the tip-off. Lady Lions 1-0 in league, Junction City 1-0 as well in a Sky M league that should be fairly contested once again this season. It is going to be Riley Kelty and Mackenzie Evans for the tip. Tip is up, and it is taken by Junction City, as I'm proven wrong. Melbrecht going to push it up for the Tigers. Melbrecht now over here on the near side to Omen. Omen has that pass tipped, and it's stolen by Cottage Grove. Child going to push it for the Lady Lions, and she's fouled by Alexa Norris. Cottage Grove opens in the 2-3 zone with all that size for the Lady Lions, and it'll be 2 free throws here for Tara Child. First free throw for Child is off the back of the iron. Second free throw coming for Child. It's up, and that one is good from Child. And Cottage Grove has an early 1-0 lead, and it looks like they're going to start this game in the press. Does not work this time. We're going to get a foul on May. It looked like we were about to get a travel there from Allison Badot. As it is, it's going to be the first foul here on Samantha May. Norris with it. Out of Melbrecht on the far side. She's trapped, throws it up, almost stolen away. Now on the near side, down low. Back out, and it's going to be an 8-foot jumper for Mariah Omen. That one's no good, but the offensive board goes down low to Mackenzie Evans, and she puts it back up and in for her first 2 of the game. And Junction City with a 2-1 lead. Murphy on the left wing, now to Kelty top of the key. Kelty to Child on the right wing. Child kicks it out to Murphy. Murphy gets it down low to Kelty. She'll spin, shoot, and that one's good. First bucket of the game for the sophomore Riley Kelty. Now it's on the near side to Melbrecht. She's going to take it up the floor, tries to get it down, almost throws it away as it's almost lost out of bounds. Now to Norris. That one's up, and that one's no good. And now Cottage Grove is going to push it, gets it to Child. Child now to Murphy on the left wing. Kelty top of the key, now to May on the left wing. May gets it down low to Murphy, and she's fouled. That one going to go on Evans. It's the first on her. Evans really the only one for Junction City with the kind of size to put up with Kelty and Gardner down low. Now Kelty with it after the missed shot there from Child. Over on the right wing, back to Child. Kelty getting away with some activity down there low. They try to get it to her, and it's tipped out of bounds. Kelty is going to knock it away. Good defense down there from Allison Badot. It's Junction City basketball. Cottage Grove with a 3-2 lead. Here with 5:48 to go in the first quarter. Now to Omen. Omen gets it to Evans. Evans tries to get it down low to Badot. It's knocked around. Now it's on the floor. And it's tied up by Riley Kelty. Possession arrow is to Cottage Grove, so Lady Lions will take it. It's a 3-2 lead here for Cottage Grove. Now to Kelty. Kelty to May on the left wing. May gonna try to shoot the runner, has it blocked. Ball's on the floor, and now they're gonna push it up the floor as here comes Omen. Omen, nice pass down low to Evans. She gets trapped and almost turns it over. Now gets it back out to Omen, to Melbrecht, top of the key. The defense so far here for Cottage Grove has been stifling on this Junction City offense. Now Melbrecht gonna shoot the runner. That one's no good, and the board goes out of bounds off the knee of Gardner. Cottage Grove got to take advantage of this early scoring drought here for Junction City. Omen on the right wing, now to Melbrecht, top of the key. Melbrecht now over to Omen. She'll shoot the long jumper. That one's no good, and the board goes to Gardner. Gardner is fouled in the backcourt by Evans, and that is her second. The third on Junction City. With under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. May now takes it left. Runner in the lane is no good. And the board is taken by Junction City. Fast break this way. Bucket up. No good. And it's out of bounds off of Cottage Grove. It's going to stay with Junction City. Ball is in to Burdott, now to Norris, now to Omen in the paint, and a rejection there from Kelty. She throws it too far up the floor though, trying to get the fast break to Tara Child. Does not work, and Cottage Grove gives the ball right back. Melbrecht with it. Melbrecht now to Omen, back to Melbrecht, now to Norris on the left wing. Back out to Melbrecht with approximately 4 minutes to go. Here in the first quarter, it's tipped, almost stolen by Cottage Grove. Now Melbrecht gonna push it. Back to Melbrecht, right wing three, that one's good. First three of the game for Junction City has them a 2-point lead. Child now to May on the left wing, to Murphy, now to Kelty, top of the key. Kelty tries to get it to Child and overthrows Tara Child. And it will be Junction City basketball. Ball out to Melbrecht now, and we're going to get a travel before the shot for the Tigers, and Cottage Grove going to take the ball right back. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. It's a 5-3 lead for Junction City. You're listening to the mighty 1400 KND. I'm Evan McClendon, second game of the night here in Cottage Grove High School. Child to Gardner on the right wing. Kelty falls down low. Ball to Murphy. Now back out to Gardner. To May for the left wing three. That one's no good, but the wide open board goes to Kira Murphy, and she gets the putback, and we are all tied up at 5. Omen to Melbrecht. Melbrecht to Norris. Junction City with numbers, but a good steal there from Tara Child to May. Now back to Child. Child drives, now backs it out and gives it away to Gardner. Gardner cross court to May. She's going to shoot it again. That one's in and out, and the board going to get an over the back called on Kira Murphy.
Number 13.
First foul of the game called on Kira Murphy, only the second team foul on Cottage Grove. Maria Pardee going to come in for Tara Child. Melbrecht now back to Omen. Cottage Grove still pressing, and they get the ball down the floor. Melbrecht with it on the right wing. Melbrecht now to Omen. Omen drives baseline, shoots the jumper. It's no good, and the board is out of bounds. They're going to say it went off in Junction City. And it will be Cottage Grove basketball. Knotted up at 5 here with 2:15 to go in the first quarter. That pass is tipped. Kelty, now to Pardee. Over to May on the right wing. May into the paint, gives it back to Gardner. Gardner drives right. Gardner gets it to Kelty. Left-handed, no good. Kelty trying to get her own board, loses it out of bounds. And credit to Junction City. Kelty got that opening bucket, and since then, the Tigers have really clamped down defensively on Riley Kelty. Melbrecht going to walk it up the floor here at the end of the first quarter. Now gets it down low to Burdott. She can't finish. Board is tied up between Kelty and Evans, and it's going to stay with Junction City. Norris to inbound. She gets it into Omen on the baseline. Omen throws it off the foot of Pardee. So we'll stay with Junction City. The initial signal was for Cottage Grove, but immediately reversed by the back referee. It's into Evans. Jumper's no good. Off the board. A rejection down low, and it's Cottage Grove basketball. Ball to Gardner on the right wing. Still knotted up at 5 here in this low-scoring first quarter. Ball to May on the left wing. May, nice pass down low to Murphy. Over the defender. And it's 2 more for Kira Murphy. She's got 4 of the 7 for Cottage Grove. Melbrecht over to Norris. Clock now under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Now down low to Evans. Evans out to Norris for 3. That one's no good. The board goes to Pardee, and it's Cottage Grove basketball. Gardner takes it up the floor, and she traveled with it and got away with it, and she knew with it, and she's still laughing about it. May now drives into the paint and gets that one to go. That's a huge missed call there from the officials. Gardner traveled with it, knew it, was laughing about it, and still didn't get called for it. Evans now into the paint. That jumper's no good, and Gardner comes away with the board. Cottage Grove with a 9-5 lead. Only 15 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and it's stolen away by Junction City. No help in the backcourt there for May. Now fast break this way, and another huge block from Gardner. Now looks like Kira Murphy's going to check out for the last 6 seconds here the first quarter. Junction City with a chance for one more shot. Ball is in, and another block from Kelty, followed by another one. Child now with 2 seconds, going to shoot the runner, and almost got it to go from half court. Well, after one, Cottage Grove has a 9-5 lead. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the second quarter.
To win $50 for the Flesh Walk Shootout, tickets are $1 apiece or 6 for $5. Good for Isabel and Hallie. Outselling tickets. Again, that's your shot to win $50 at halftime of this game. If you don't think it's easy, just ask Sydney Boxberger, who won $50 last week.
And she will shoot for you tonight if you'd like.
And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. It was a 4-point lead here for Cottage Grove. And they will have the basketball here to start the second quarter. We've got an early foul here on Junction City. One goes on Mariah Oman, her first. Pardee out on the right wing for the Lions. She's going to drive down low and shoot the runner. Can't get it to fall, and the board is going to go to Junction City. Also into the game here for Cottage Grove. It's Maria Pardee, Maddie Ladd, Tara Child, Sam May, and Emma Gardner for the Tigers. It's Norris, Melbreck, Oman. That's Evans down low, and it looks like we've got a foul on Cottage Grove here. And also in the game for Junction City. It's number 14, Haley Bruin. Melbreck down here on the near side throws it out of bounds. Off of Cottage Grove, and then the inbounds is tipped out of bounds by Cottage Grove as well. Still Junction City basketball. Lions with a 9-5 lead. Ball to Melbreck on the right wing. Now to Oman, and now to Gardner, who tips it out of bounds. Junction City's still going to keep it. Junction City basketball. Melbreck on the left wing, now to Norris on the far side. Melbreck to Oman, top of the key, over to Melbreck. Now Norris again. Norris gets it to Oman. Free throw line jumper. That one's off the back of the rim and no good. And here comes Tara Child. Child gonna push it. Child with an open look. Child off glass and good. And Child just knifed right through that Junction City defense and put up 2 for Cottage Grove, and Liz Bolton did not like that, and she will call a timeout. Cottage Grove with a 6-point lead. We're going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the first quarter. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. Oman with it for Junction City, who now faces its largest deficit. They're down by 6. Get it to Evans, now to Norris. Norris backs out. Norris now to Oman. The 2-3 zone has just been really good here early from Cottage Grove. Melbreck now into the paint. Melbreck to Evans. Jumper, no good. The offensive board goes to Bruin, and the turnaround falls for Haley Bruin. Child now to Gardner on the right wing. Gardner to Kelty. Kelty to Child on the left wing. Child gets it to Gardner. Gardner now out to May on the right wing. 5:50 to go here in the first quarter. Cottage Grove up 4, and now after that easy bucket from Kelty, they are up 6. Good feed there from Sam May. And it's a 13-7 lead here for Cottage Grove. Oman out to Melbreck on the left wing, now to Norris. Norris drives down low, off glass, and that one's good. No help down low leads to the first bucket for Alexa Norris. And it's a 4-point lead for Cottage Grove. Kelty now to Gardner. Gardner drives left. Gardner out to Child on the left wing. She'll drive right. Kick it out to May on the right wing. Now to Ladd. Child on the left wing. Child to Gardner in the paint. Gardner finds Kelty. Turnaround and can't get it to go, but she is fouled, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Riley Kelty. One goes on Mariah Oman, that's her second. First free throw coming from Kelty is up and good. She's now got 5 in the first half for Cottage Grove. 5 minutes to go in that. And you are listening to the Mighty 1400 KNND. I'm your host, Evan McClendon. Kelty from the free throw line. Second one is no good, but an offensive board there for Gardner. She gets it back to Kelty, can't finish. Kelty gets her own board out to Gardner for the jumper. That one's no good, and the rebound goes to Junction City. Norris now over to newly into the game, Cameron Potter. Potter now out on the far side, throws it away. Child, fast break, lay in is good. Her second fast break bucket. And it's now a 7-point lead, the largest of the game here for Cottage Grove. Ball over to Melbreck on the left wing. That pass is thrown away, tipped and stolen by Gardner. Now down to Child, and it's out of bounds. Looked like it went off the foot of Norris, but they're going to give it to Cottage Grove anyway. Excuse me, the Junction City basketball. Now Mariah Oman back into the game for the Tigers. Cottage Grove with a 7-point lead here over the number 5 team in 4A in Junction City. Ball now to Bruin. Bruin, runner. That one's no good. The board, though, goes to Bruin. A block down low, and then it's a kick ball off of Kira Murphy's foot. And it will be Junction City basketball still. It's into Bruin. Jumper. That one's no good. The board, though, goes to Junction City again, and then a travel is going to be called on Allison Bedott. And it's Cottage Grove basketball still up 16-9 with 3:45 to go here in the first half. Ball over to Murphy on the right wing. Murphy tries to get it to Gardner, but throws it away. And really, with a 7-point lead, that is exactly what you can't have. Don't give Junction City an easy chance to get back into this game without putting shots up. Norris over to Potter, and Potter throws it away. Outlet to Child. Child trying to get the fast break, but it's stolen away by Norris. That outlet pass there by Kira Murphy. And now I think we're going to get a foul on Child. Indeed, they're going to get a foul on Child. That is her first, only the 5th on Cottage Grove. Still a 7-point lead. There, that outlet pass from Kira Murphy just not firm enough. It allowed Norris to catch up, hence the steal. And then to Norris, really got away with a hook there. She had Child wrapped up. Nonetheless, Junction City basketball to Melbreck on the near side. Melbreck across to Oman. And this zone and the size right now for Cottage Grove forces another steal. Gardner going to push it, gets it to Child, who can't finish. Child gets her own board and puts it up to Kelty. And that's what the transition can do, is they had numbers. Sarah Child got her own board and then just gave it to the much bigger Riley Kelty, who put it up and in. And now Cottage Grove with a 9-point lead. Ball on the near side to Melbreck. Now Bruin, jumper. That one's up and good for Haley Bruin. She's got 4 to lead the scoring now for Junction City. Cottage Grove still up 7. Ball over to Murphy on the far side. Murphy to Gardner, wide open, but a block and a foul is going to be called on Junction City. That one goes on Bedott. That is the 6th on Junction City. Will be 2 free throws here for Emma Gardner. First one is up And no good from the sophomore Gardner. He's yet to score on the night. Second free throw coming from Gardner. It is up, and that one's no good as well. And the board goes to Junction City with 2:05 to go. Here in the first half, Cottage Grove with a 7-point lead. Ball to Omen. Omen takes it left over on the far side to Melbreck. Now to Norris, right wing three. That one's no good, and the board goes to Kira Murphy. She gets it away to Child with Norris in pursuit, and it's tipped and stolen away by Junction City. Now to Melbreck. Melbreck going to shoot a long two. That one's no good, and off the top of the backboard and out of bounds. It will be Cottage Grove basketball with 1:30 to go here in the first half. Child to Ladd on the left wing. Ladd drives down low. Ladd can't finish. Board goes to Kelty. Jumper is good. The height right now just too much here for Cottage Grove. They've got that lead back up to 9, and now we're going to get an offensive foul called on Melbreck as she pushed off. That is her first and the 7th on Junction City. 1:08 to go here in the second quarter. Murphy tries to get it down low to Gardner, and it's tipped and stolen away here by Junction City. Melbreck takes it left. Now to Bruin. Jumper is good off the backboard, and Haley Bruin really been the one lone bright spot in the first half. Now a steal in the backcourt from Norris. We're going to get a foul called on Tara Child. That is the second time that Alexa Norris has done that in the backcourt, and really she just needs some help back there. Child needs some help back there. Norris has been incredibly aggressive, and it's netted her 2 steals. Now into Melbreck. Jumper! That one's no good. Would have been a big one. Would have brought it to within 5 for the Tigers. 34 seconds to go here in the first half. May with it, now over to Murphy. Cottage Grove wants to hold for the last shot here, and now it's stolen away, and a foul in the backcourt on Kelty. It's going to lead to a 1-and-1. First foul on Kelty. Excuse me, that was the only the 16th foul for Cottage Grove. Scoreboard guy ahead of me there. 15 seconds to go. That pass down low is tipped. Now stolen by Murphy. Only 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Gardner gonna drive right. Gardner now back out to Pardee. Pardee to Ladd. It's good at the buzzer. What a pass from Pardee. Maddie Ladd with her first bucket, and Cottage Grove is going to take a 22-13 lead into the second half. Well, obviously that 13 is the big number for Junction City. The 2-3 zone in that for Cottage Grove has just been too much for the Tigers. Haley Bruin with 6 of the 13 for the Tigers in that first half. She's really the only one that's had it going. Madison Melbreck had a 3, and Norris and Evans added a bucket of their own. Credit to Cottage Grove. They have really spread their scoring around, as Murphy has 4. Riley Kelty again leading the way with 9. May and Maddie Ladd right there at the end of regulation in the first half have 2. Tara Child has added 5 of her own, and 4 of those have been in the fast break, and the other one came because of the fast break. Child has played very well here in these last 2 games, and they need her to continue doing what she's doing in the second half and take advantage of those fast break opportunities and put up those easy buckets if Cottage Grove wants to win this game. Trust me, this one is not out of the woods yet if you are a Cottage Grove High School basketball fan. But once again, Cottage Grove with a 22-13 lead headed into the second half. We're going to take it about an 8-minute break, and until then, I'll send it back to the station.
And it is a blue ticket. Last 4 digits, 0961. 0961. I guess I won. It's not rigged, I promise. I promise. No, I have to shoot it. Okay, here we go. You flip it. Where's Sydney? Boxburger got me 50 bucks. Yeah. It's him. It's a 3-pointer. Oh no, it's tails. So do I get a free throw? All right, who wants to shoot my free throw? I'll split it with you. All right, we're splitting it 50-50. Does he get some more bucks? 2 chances. 2 chances. All right, here we go. Can we have 4 chances? No, just 2. All right, here we go. For everything. Good try. All right, we're going to draw one more. Pull all those blue tickets. All right, that's a blue ticket. 0987. 0987. Sydney! Now, if you guys weren't here last home game, Sydney just walked up and threw the ball and walked off, and it went right in the hoop, and she got 50 bucks. Head it down. Well, let's just play. This is fun. Head it down. And it's hit, so you can do a 3 or a free throw. Is she going for the 3? All right, find your spot. Here it is, last shot.
Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School, about 25 seconds away from the start of the second half. Cottage Grove has a 22-13 lead, and looking into the Sky M, right now Sutherland, Junction City are the only ones sitting atop with single victories so far on the year. Cottage Grove and Junction City playing each other right now. Sutherland is playing Elmira, a game in which they should be able to pick up the victory. Of course, Sutherland, the four-time defending state champions. But this would be a huge win in Sky M respects, again, especially for Cottage Grove, going up against the number 5 team in all of 4A right now. They are trying to pick up a victory. It's Junction City basketball to start the second half, and we'll see what they try to do here against this 2-3 zone that really perplexed them in the first half. Right off the bat, it's a wide open jumper for Mariah Oman, and that's a good way to start it here for the Tigers. Cottage Grove basketball to Gardner. Gardner trying to get it down low to Kelty. Cannot. Kelty now out to May, who's going to shoot the long one. Can't get that to fall, but the long board goes to Murphy. Now to Child on the right wing. Sam May now into the lane. May with the runner. That one's no good, and the rebound goes to Junction City. They'll push it fast. Can't get the shot to fall, and the board goes to Gardner. Child now to Murphy on the right wing. Murphy drives into the paint. Murphy has it poked away, gets it back out to Child. Now to May on the left wing to Kelty. Spins, shoots, and she is fouled. And it's going to be 2 free throws here for Riley Kelty. That one goes on Mackenzie Evans, and that is her third. Kelty free throw is up, and it is short for Kelty, who had 9 in the first half for Cottage Grove. Second free throw for Kelty. That one's up and good. And she's got 10. And now into the game, Haley Bruin, which was the lone bright spot for Junction City in that first half, as she ended up with 6 for the Tigers. Ball to Junction City. Now on the far side, Omen jumper. That one's no good. Board goes to Kelty. Burdott missed an opportunity there at an offensive board, and it's Cottage Grove basketball. Lions up 8. Kelty with it. Now to Child on the left wing. Child to Gardner. Gardner going to drive baseline off glass. That one's no good, and the board goes to Junction City. Omen now up to Norris. Norris to Omen on the right wing, and a foul from behind going to be called on Tara Child. That is her third of this one. Not in the act of shooting. First team foul on Cottage Grove here in the second half. Ball to Bruin. She's going to shoot the jumper, and she gets it to go. And if it wasn't a discussion in the locker room, I'd be surprised, but Haley Bruin's been the only one to really hurt Cottage Grove. She's got 8 of the 17 for Junction City, and they are hanging around here, down by 6. Ball to Gardner. Gardner now out to May. May to Murphy, top of the key. She gets it to Kelty, spins left, can't get it to go left-handed, and the board goes to Junction City. Those are the kind of things Cottage Grove going to have to take advantage of late. Trying to get it to Bruin again, and it's a steal here from the Lions. Emma Gardner to take it up the floor for Cottage Grove. Gets it over to May. May to Child, now to Murphy on the right wing. Kelty top of the key. Kelty to May on the right wing. Great pass down low to Murphy, and she finishes. Phenomenal pass from Sam May, and it's an easy finish there for Kira Murphy. Now to Norris on the outside. Melbreck. Norris on the far side to Omen. Omen now out to Burdott. Burdott has it blocked, and then a foul from behind on Murphy. It's the second on Murphy, and it's going to be 2 free throws here for Burdott. First one is up and no good off the back of the iron. Second free throw from Burdott, also no good, and the board goes to Cottage Grove. Child takes it right. Child out to Murphy on the right wing. Now back to Child. Cottage Grove up 25-17. 4:01 to go here in the third quarter. Ball to Kelty. She spins, kicks it back out to May. May tries to force it back to Kelty, and it's stolen away by Junction City. They're going to push it long, too, from Melbreck, and that one is up and good. In transition again, she's now got 5. Ball out to Murphy. It's a 6-point game. Ball to Gardner, now to May on the right wing. May again to Murphy, and that is just 2 phenomenal back-to-back passes from Sam May that have led to 2 easy buckets for Kira Murphy down low. Ball to Norris. Norris cross court to Melbreck. Melbreck now to Omen. Baseline. Nice pass to Burdott. And we're going to get a foul called on Kelty. That is only her second. 3rd team foul. And a jumper right off the inbounds doesn't fall. And the board goes to Sam May. Cottage Grove holding on to an 8-point lead. May takes it left. May out to Child on the far side. Child into the paint. Lay in is good and 1. Tara Child with the bucket. And Cottage Grove with its biggest lead of the game. It's going to be a free throw here for Tara Child. Maria Pardee going to come in for Kira Murphy with 2:44 to go here in the third quarter. 1 free throw coming here for Child. It is up, and it is nothing but net. And Child stepping up again here. She's got 8 now in this one. It's an 11-point lead here for Cottage Grove. Omen now on the far side, drives baseline, tries to get it down low, gets it to Bruin, and a jump ball is going to be called on the block by May, and it's going to be possession arrow to Cottage Grove. Now into the game for Junction City for the first time. Liliana Hernandez, the senior for the Tigers. Child takes it right, now behind the back, jump stop in the paint, out to Pardee on the left wing. Pardee out to May. May to Child. Child backs up. It's 1 jab step left, now she's going to back it out to half court with 2:06 to go. Here in the third quarter, Pardee with it now to May. May has it jumped on and stolen, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow to Junction City, and they'll get the basketball back. And I'm not sure there if Cottage Grove was just trying to eat some clock here with no shot clock in 4A basketball, or if they were actually trying to eventually get that ball down low. Bruin now going to shoot another jumper. That one's no good. Pardee gets the board. She's trapped down low, gets it away to Child. Now Child's going to push it. Hernandez chasing. Lay-in is no good, and she's fouled by Bruin. It's going to be 2 free throws here for Tara Child. First free throw from Child is up and good. She's now got 9 here for Cottage Grove. And more importantly, she's 3 of 4 from the line at this point. Alexa Norris going to come back in here for Junction City. Second free throw up, and that one's short, but an offensive board for Kelty, and the putback. And it's a 33-19 lead. It's a 14-point lead here for Cottage Grove. 3 now from Melbreck is in and out, and the board goes to Cottage Grove. Child now to Pardee. Pardee to Child. Child now to May, back to Pardee. Pardee now to Child. She dribbles off her foot, takes it right now. Child into the paint. Child with the bucket. Tara Child now with 11. Ball out on the far side to Hernandez, and that one's out of bounds, and it's Cottage Grove basketball. The Lions have outscored Junction City here in this third quarter, 13-6. 44.8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Pardee now into the paint, gives it up to Bloomquist. Bloomquist now to May on the right wing. May gets it down low to Kelty. Turn around. That one doesn't fall, but the board goes to Junction City. Norris now to Melbreck on the left wing. Melbreck out to Norris on the right wing. 15 seconds. Now on the far side to Hernandez. Hernandez to Melbreck. Now to Bruin. Bruin, jumper, one-handed is no good. There's only 7 seconds to go. Kelty gets the board. Now to Bloomquist to Kelty, and Kelty didn't know how much time there was left in the third quarter. As it is, Cottage Grove with a phenomenal third quarter. They end up outscoring Junction City 13-6, and it's a 35-19 lead for Cottage Grove. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the start of the fourth quarter. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. I'm your host, Evan McClendon, here on 1400 KNND. Cottage Grove looking to advance their Sky-Am record to 2-0. Sam May with it on the left wing for the Lady Lions. The clock really their best friend right now with a 16-point lead here in the fourth quarter. Bloomquist with it, and we're going to get a walk on Michaela Bloomquist. And one thing we've seen so far, Cottage Grove not really sure how to play with a lead. So they've had a couple times where they've just tried to hold on to the basketball and eat some of that clock in the third quarter, and it would end up just like that in turnovers. But luckily for the Lions, this zone has been phenomenal for Cottage Grove. That pass tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Junction City. And it's into Omen. Omen now to Melbrecht. Far side to Norris. 3, and she hits. And if Junction City wants to get into this one, they got to have a lot of that. It's a 13-point lead here for Cottage Grove. May into the paint. May up, and it's no good, and the board goes to Junction City. They will push it. Omen dribbles it off her foot, now gets it to Melbrecht. 3, no good. Huge miss there from Melbrecht. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here from head coach Kevin Yoss, as even with a 16-point lead early to start this quarter, does not like the start to this quarter, is 2 back-to-back open threes for Melbrecht and Norris. Only 1 fell, but easily this could have been a 10-point basketball game. Kevin Yoss called a full timeout. We are going to take a 30-second break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. It is a 35-22 lead here for the hometown Cottage Grove Lions. And after that little bit of scare, though, Junction City had a very good opportunity to go on a 6-0 run here to start the fourth quarter. We're going to have Tara Childs, Sam May, Riley Kelty, Gardner, and Murphy. The bigs, all 3 back in there for Cottage Grove after that brief scare. And now out of the break, almost turned over. Now Gardner almost had it tied up. Now it's an outlet to Omen. Fast break, nice pass. Melbrecht can't finish. Board is blocked by Kelty. Another big missed opportunity there for Junction City. And it is Cottage Grove basketball. Down to May on the left wing. May into the paint, off glass. That one's no good. The board is to Junction City. Now the Tigers going to slow it down as they bring it back. Melbrecht over to Norris. Now back to Norris. Norris to Omen on the far side. Omen drives down low. Now kicks it to Evans in the paint, and she gets it to go. Mackenzie Evans with 2. And it's down to an 11-point game. Child gets pressed in the backcourt. Kelty now to Gardner. Gardner trapped. Gardner, and we're going to have to get another timeout here for head coach Kevin Yoss. As Cottage Grove now with the lead. I know it's still 11, but Junction City's on a 5-0 run, and you can just tell Cottage Grove not comfortable right now in this possession. I mean, even though they're up 11, they're not running the same offensively. And at this point, I think you just tell them, hey, look, we're playing to score. We're playing to play like we have all game long. And we'll see if that's how they come out of this timeout. But it's going to be Cottage Grove basketball looking to regain some of that confidence they had early in this game. 5:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Once again, Cottage Grove wins this game. Most likely going to be tied with Sutherland, albeit very early in the Sky-M League season for the top pot in the Sky-M. Murphy down to Kelty out of the break, and it's out of bounds off of Evans. Junction City right now with a little bit of spunk in their step here early in the fourth quarter. Ball is into Gardner. Gardner now out to Child at about half court, and Cottage Grove will set up the offense. Child takes it left. Child spins, shoots the jumper. That's an air ball, and that one's no good. And the ball will be back to Junction City. 5:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. Melbreck, Norris, Bruin, Evans, and Burdott in there for Junction City. That one blocked, and we're going to get a foul called on the rebound on Kelty, and Kelty landed awkwardly on, I believe that's Evans. That's her left shoulder, and she is in some very obvious pain down there on the floor. As we'll see if the med staff comes in here for Cottage Grove any second here, but Evans in some very obvious pain down there with 5:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to have to take an injury timeout and take a 1-minute break here and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. It appears it's the left shoulder here of Mackenzie Evans. It's being tended to by her head coach and the Junction City training staff. And now it looks like we do very seriously need the medical trainer down here at Cottage Grove High School. It's Mackenzie Evans down on the floor. We're going to have to take an injury timeout. We're going to take a 2-minute break and be back. Hey, Cameron. 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 Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. Still no good news coming here from the high school. We've got the medical staff from both Cottage Grove and Junction City down there. The athletic director down on the court now too. Not sure how serious this is, but Mackenzie Evans still hasn't gotten up. It looks like they're trying to get her up now. Evans was landed on from behind by Riley Kelty. On the rebound, it's her left shoulder and or collarbone area, and at this point they've sat her up, but this certainly appears to be very serious here from Cottage Grove High School. I'm going to have to send it back to the station. Just give me 5 minutes. Play some music for him, Cameron, and I'll let you know. and we can come back out here to the high school. All right, thank you. Hey, we're ready. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. Mackenzie Evans is off the floor. The steal, it's an easy bucket here for Child. No, she's going to get called for the travel. Yeah, she's off the floor. Yes. Junction City basketball, Norris with it. Norris, and now it's thrown away. It's a 37-24 lead here from Cottage Grove High School. 4:10 left in the fourth quarter. Cottage Grove with a 37-24 lead. Thank you, Cameron. Murphy with it. She gets it to Kelty down in the paint, and Kelty's fouled on the shot attempt here by Allison Badot. Obviously, if you're wondering now about Mackenzie Evans, she is on the near side bench. Looks like she is going to be okay. She still definitely doesn't have a lot of motion left in that left arm. She's getting some ice now from the athletic director. That free throw from Kelty is up and good. 3:52 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cottage Grove now with a 38-24 lead, and the board is taken by Junction City after the second missed free throw. And now it looks like Junction City wants a timeout here with 3:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Cottage Grove has a 38-24 lead. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. It's a 38-24 lead here for Cottage Grove Lions, and it's a steal out of the timeout here for Cottage Grove. Child, fast break, lay in, that one's no good. Rebound though on the board is Kelty, and then on another board is Pardee, and Pardee gets the putback. And I don't know how many times we've seen that this year on the fast break. You just get Child down there first, she throws it up, and then all of a sudden you've got 3 6-footers standing down there getting boards and easy putbacks. Norris now to Omen, and it's back up to a 16-point lead here for Cottage Grove with 3:10 to go in the fourth quarter. That pass is tipped into the backcourt. Child, though, comes away with it. She gets it to Pardee. Now back to Child, and Child is fouled on the reach-in by Norris. That is her third. Madison Bethke into the game here for Cottage Grove. Gardner has it, gets it to Kelty. Kelty's shot is no good, and then a foul going to be called on Riley Kelty off the board. That is the fourth on Kelty, so she's got to be careful here late. 2:51 to go, a 16-point deficit here for Junction City. They've got to start hitting some threes here or easy buckets like that. They get it down low to Burdott, and Burdott puts it up and in for her first bucket of the game. Now Child is fouled on the reach-in by Norris. That is her fourth. Oh, excuse me, they got that one on Omen. That's her third. Child with it. Now to Bethke. Bethke to Gardner, and we're going to have another timeout here from head coach Kevin Yoss, as we've gotten to the point in the game where Cottage Grove, all they need to do is hold the basketball, and they can't really figure out how to do that at this point because they're so used to getting it down low to those bigs. 16 fouls now on Junction City, so they do not have one to give with 2:24 to go here in the fourth quarter, but it's 3 1-and-1s until Cottage Grove gets 2 free throws, and it has been tough from the line for Cottage Grove tonight. So Junction City going to be looking to foul pretty quick here, I would imagine, if they can't force a turnover against this Cottage Grove squad. It's Pardee, Bethke, Gardner, Kelty, and Child in there for Junction City. Omen along with Bruin, Burdott, and Melbreck, along with Norris in there for Cottage Grove. And now it looks like we're going to get a foul on Burdott. It's going to be the front end of a 1-and-1 for Madison Bethke. Free throw up, and that is good from Bethke. Her first point of the game. She hits the front end of a 1-and-1. Pushes the lead back up to 15. Second free throw, that one's no good. Board goes to Junction City. They need to push, and they need to hit threes right now. Omen runner is good. Now they should be pressing, but Junction City did not come up, much to the chagrin of their head coach. Gardner on the left wing. She takes it right. Now to Kelty. Kelty out to Bethke on the left wing. Bethke now into the paint. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Madison Bethke. So now Michaela Bloomquist is going to come in for Bloomquist. A 13-point lead here for Junction City. Melbreck with it on the far side to Bruin. Bruin now to Melbreck, and it's knocked out of bounds by Child with 1:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Norris to inbound. She gets it into Omen. Omen now to Melbreck. Melbreck gets it to Omen. She's going to shoot the short jumper, and she gets it to go. 2 more for Mariah Omen. And it's an 11-point game. Ball to Pardee. Pardee almost loses it and then does. It's a steal. Fast break again Out to Norris. Norris on the left wing. Norris into the paint. Norris throws her right through the legs of Burdott. Clock down to 1:02. It's an 11-point lead here for Cottage Grove. And we have to take not a break on the air, but a break on the court as Tara Child has to tie her shoe. All right, shoe situation taken care of. Rabbit ears through the hole, whatever the hell it is. And off the pass, Gardner throws it away, looking for Child. And we're going to get a timeout here once again from Junction City. It's a 41-30 game, 1:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a full timeout here for the Tigers. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back with the rest of the fourth quarter. And welcome back to Cottage Grove High School. It's Junction City basketball. Mel Breck with it for the Tigers. Under a minute to go. Cottage Grove up 11. Now Norris on the left wing. Omen, three, good. Mariah Omen. Now Gardner to inbound. She gets it into Murphy. Murphy gets it to Gardner. Gardner now to Child. Junction City has to foul here to May to Child. 35 seconds to go. Child loses it. Was it touched? And it's an over and back on Cottage Grove. Unbelievably here, Junction City's making a run at it as the shooting has come out of nowhere for the Tigers. It's an 8-point game. Ball to Bruin, now back to Omen, to Norris, back to Omen. Omen now long two, jumper, that one's no good, and the board goes out of bounds, and there may be a situation here where there's just not enough time left. The Junction City is on an 8-0 run right now. And it's all just because they've been aggressive. And be surprised for the Tigers to just continue to do this their next game. Child now to Gardner. She has to be fouled. Gardner is finally fouled from behind by Norris with 10.9 seconds to go, and it looks like Cottage Grove is going to hold on. But for Liz Bolton, head coach of Junction City, I'm sure she's going, why on earth didn't we play like this the whole game if they've been on this 8-0 run? It's just been aggressive shooting. A 1-and-1 here. It's no good. Rebound, though, goes to Murphy, and she gets the putback. And that'll pretty much put the icing on the cake. Only 4 seconds. A long three here from Norris is no good. And Murphy comes away with the board, but it is all for naught as Cottage Grove comes up with the all foursoever 43-33 victory here against Junction City. And what this, first of all, what it means for Cottage Grove is that they are going to be at least tied with Sutherland for the #1 spot in the Sky-M League and that is if Sutherland beats Elmira, which I would imagine the Bulldogs were able to take care of business down in Elmira. But as it is, this is a huge win for Sky-M implications as far as it goes for the Cottage Grove Lions. They're moving on to 6-7 on the year. They really did it by spreading out their scoring. Tara Child, I've really liked the way that she has played of late. She had 11 tonight, and 8 of those came in the fast break for Child. She really did play very well for this Cottage